My question to everyone, if you see this picture, what do you think I wanted to communicate everyone? Please use your chat box and quickly tell me what do you think what I want to communicate. 30 seconds to everyone. Steps to success, beautiful. Anything else? Anybody else would like to say something? Yeah? Okay. Read more. The small books or steps lead to a big success. Nice, Shashi. Steps to success, success ladder. Education is the key for success. Wow, wonderful. More or less everybody is trying to give me a same kind books to success. Step one. That's great. But if you could see that everybody has taken it in a different manner. Somebody could say that if we read, yes, if we read more, we'll get more marks. Somebody can say that if you want to reach to your goal, every step toward that goal is important. So my dear, success of stairs, very nice. So you could see that everybody has tried to give me a different answers. But because the picture more or less was so clear,
I have a quiz for all of you as you watch this video. I'm going to tap out the melody.
Was the answer? The answer was the key of success. If you read, if you study harder, if you do wonders in your study, you are able to achieve your goals, whatever your goals are. So we can say that
I have a quiz for all of you as you watch this video. I'm going to tap out the melody of a song. I have a quiz for all of you on this as you watch this video, and you have to guess which song I'm tapping.
I just here would like to ask one small question. A small question. Why this communication
Guess?
is important? And how
You may or may not have guessed the song, but I'm sure you're all wondering
is different.
what's wrong with this man. Authors Chip and Dan Heath wrote an article for Harvard Business Review called The Curse of Knowledge, based on an experiment conducted at Stanford University in the year 1990. Elizabeth Newton, a psychology student, conducted this very interesting experiment for her PhD dissertation. She called it Tappers and Listeners Experiment.
Anybody would like to tell? Okay. Not necessarily involved in communication, hearing. Very nice. Too good. Anybody else would like to say something? Okay. We hear any sound, but we don't listen. We don't pay attention. That's called hearing. Involving in communication is listening. Wonderful answer. Thank you. Thank you so much, my audience. Listening is hearing, but hearing is not necessarily be listening. When we pay attention to what we are listening, हम हम कम्यूट कर रहे होते हैं, बस में आसपास कई लोग बोल रहे होते हैं. We are hearing what going on. But suddenly, some sentence just give us a spark. And we lend our both the ears to that conversation, because now we are very much interested to know what we are listening. We are attentively lending our ears to that communication. So we can say that hearing is very much different from listening. And if we want a better communication, if we want an effective communication, we always have to indulge in listening. We have to be listening to the conversation, not just hearing. As I told you before, also, it's nothing but just an exchange of ideas, your knowledge, your information, and anything which you want to give it to somebody. And what is your intention once you are doing any effective communication? You wanted to know, you wanted to pass that information, you wanted to exchange that information. How? In such a manner that it could possibly fulfill your idea. It is nothing but it is, presentation of the views by a person who is sending that information so that the receiver understand it properly. If you remember this kind of a gazette, we people, when we were young enough, we used to do something and we used to speak something and the other person used to tell what did we say. और क्या होता था, कभी कभी बोला ये जाता था एक मोर नाच रहा था. By the time it reaches to the other person, it becomes a ek chor chhat par tha. So you could see that the communication something else started and it reaches in some other way. That doesn't call an effective communication. The effective communication is when we speak ek more naach raha tha should reach to the other person as ek more naach raha tha. Now I usually say that whenever we are talking about anything inside in the school, whenever we people are talking to any of the teacher or any person who is related to the school, we may be talking about the values, we may be talking about the communication, we may be talking about the decision making. Everywhere, who is the center place? We need to understand it is nothing but the child. A child is inside a triangle, and a triangle has the three angles consisting of three angles. Each angle is teacher, parent, and management. Now, if the three has a proper communication, the child will grow better. The child will himself have a better communication skill. For example, a school has a tradition to send every day morning a communication, a message to the parent. The message they wanted to send whether the child is present in the school or not. Now see the situation. You wanted to write the child is in the school, but while communicating, even through the word, you wrote the child is not in school. What will happen? 30 seconds to answer me. Anyone, one or two can answer. What will be there? What will happen? You can use your chat box to answer me. My question is, you wanted to send a communication, a written message to a parent that the child is very much in the school. But instead of sending he is in the school, you send the child is not. You typed wrong, not in school. Now what will happen? Yet it will be a devastating, major trouble. Maybe because of the communication, miscommunication, parent will run. And while doing it, he may have kind of a accident or something. So the wrong message can do anything. That is why this effective communication is needed. We can say that the sender is initiating the process of communication by sending the messaging. So he has to be very much alert. Second important, if I talk about sender and about the receiver, there are always the two side of people. It might be one of them are speaking and five of them are listening, or one-to-one communication is there, or a group conversation is there, any kind of thing. But the communication, we have to remember that it is always a two-way communication, where one is speaking, not speaking, but actually what is sorry, one is speaking and the other is hearing, not hearing, but he is listening. And you have to remember a very important thing, that you cannot speak to a person effectively until and unless you have a habit to listen to the other person. There will be a lot of problem otherwise. I just wanted to quickly take up 4 points here before I go a little further. We have to remember that most of the communications a teacher is having with the parent. So a little more friendliness, especially when you want to transfer your ideas to the teacher, to the other children, to the parent. It might be, sometimes we even have to talk about something negative about the child, कि थोड़ी सी ज्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. Oh ma'am, she's such a beautiful girl, but little more effort to be put on the handwriting side also. Oh ma'am, please ask him to finish his homework every day.